Hi everyone, and welcome to Walk Away from the Workbook. If you're new here, my name is Nicole Seymour, and I'm a developmental learning specialist from California. Welcome to the Number Sense series, all about place value. According to Kathy Richardson's book, How Children Learn Number Concepts, place value is the understanding that the value of each digit in a number depends on its position within the number. Children who understand the concept of place value and base 10 operations are more successful when working with larger numbers, decimals, and fractions. If children are missing key understandings of place value, such as seeing a 10 as one unit or understanding the basic structure of numbers, they're going to struggle with these concepts until they're given more practice and time to work with visual representations of numbers. What are the most common errors associated with place value? One of the most common errors is that children understand the language of place value before they understand what the words mean. For example, when asked how many 10s and 1s are in 62, they will know to respond 6 10s and 2 1s without fully understanding what that means and how it would be represented. They can count by 10s to 100 without knowing what by 10s actually means. Another issue is that children have been taught that when counting, they have to count one object at a time. This makes it a huge struggle because they have to balance two very different ideas as they begin to learn place value. First, they have to see a group of 10 as one unit, but they also need to hold on to their understanding that one unit of 10 also contains 10 ones and can be counted that way too. Children who don't see 10 as one unit may count objects by 10 even if they're not grouped as 10s. For example, they may say 10, 20, 30 when counting one object at a time because they don't understand the representation of counting by 10s. Another error children make is not fully understanding the structure of a number. They may see the number 12 and think that it's written with a 1 and a 2, almost as if they're spelling it. They don't see that the 1 represents one group of 10 and the 2 represents the extra ones left over after grouping by 10s. How can parents and educators support children in developing their understanding of place value? First and foremost, children need lots of practice with grouping objects in order to build their understanding of place value. They need to see visual representations of numbers in different forms so they truly understand how quantities can be grouped and regrouped. My best suggestion is to start with the numbers from 10 to 19 because they're smaller quantities and can more easily be split into one group of 10 and some leftover ones. Another tip I have is to use different organization strategies to show your child a unit of 10 in multiple ways. For example, count 10 ones with linker cubes using a tens frame and then link the cubes together to show one unit of 10. Your child will see one unit of 10, but will also be able to visually count 10 ones at the same time. Another idea is to put the units of 10 and the extra ones onto a place value mat. Have your child write how many 10s and how many ones they have up at the top. Then ask that they tell you the total number counted. If they begin to count at 1 again, please don't be discouraged. This is part of the developmental process in learning how to group objects. Simply ask them questions such as, is there a way that you can count without starting at 1? Or how many cubes are in the tens frame? Did the number of cubes change when you connected them? Asking these types of questions will help you understand where your child is in their understanding of 10s and 1s. Another idea is to give your child different representations of a unit of 10. Rather than always linking the cubes together, use cups or plates to group by 10s. Even though the items are not physically connected, they still need to see them as a set of 10. Another activity I have for you is called a closed collection challenge. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned counting collections, where you give your child a collection of objects and you ask them simply to count those objects. Then you ask them, is there another way that you can count them, to give them an opportunity to regroup and organize the collection in a different way. When your child is more skilled at understanding place value, you can try the closed collection challenge. What you can do is get a few boxes of colored pencils or markers in packs of 12. The rule for a closed collection is that you need to count the objects, but you're not allowed to take them out of the box, hence a closed collection. You have to rely on your understanding of place value to break the number apart into more manageable quantities. For example, using 3 boxes of 12 colored pencils, I've had students recognize that 12 is one group of 10 and 2 ones. They write 10 and 2 under each box. Then they add the 10s together and the 1s together separately. They arrive at the answer 36 because 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 30, 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, and 30 plus 6 equals 36. I hope this video gave you some insight into the complexities of learning place value. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. New videos come out every Wednesday. Until then, have fun learning with your little ones. Bye.